First, let's explore the general UI in the Custom Dashboards interface in the Coralogix platform. Once again, to reach Custom Dashboards, hover over Dashboard and go down to Custom Dashboards. From here, you'll see a list on the left-hand side of all of your available dashboards that you've already created, as well as further left here, you'll see different options for actually adding to the highlighted dashboard. Let's create a new dashboard by clicking on the New Dashboard button here. This will create a completely empty dashboard, and it will also automatically highlight the Add Widget section, which shows you all the different available widgets. We'll go into detail about what each of these widgets can provide later on in the video. There'll be a section for each one, but just know that when you click on Add Widgets, these are the different types of widgets that are available for you. At the top of the top right here, you can see that you can change the time range, so you can pick anywhere up to the last 90 days, or you can pick a custom time range between one time and another time. Alternatively, you can also add variables. So variables enable you to actually set different filters against your dashboard. All of this we'll get into slightly later on in the video. I'm just pointing out what the different buttons are right now. And of course, the refresh dashboard, so you can actually refresh the data that you're visualizing. And because we're in a new dashboard here, you can see new dashboard and enter short description. I can call this whatever I want. And I can give a description as well. So something along the lines of, now, adding a new widget to your dashboard is really, really easy. Let's say I pick a line chart. I click it, I drag it, and I'll see where it will land. You'll notice here that it's not changing much, and that's because there's only one place it can go in an empty dashboard. If I want to add more, it's really simple. I can just pick another one. You'll see the line appears here or below, or above, actually. So what I can do now is I can place it in relation. If I place it here, for example, it will make them both in the same row. I can move it and make it the line below, and they'll both fill up the available space. So it's really, really easy to do. It's very, very trivial to define new values. We'll stick to one widget for now, just to keep things simple. When you're editing any widget, on the right-hand side, you'll see a name and a description. You can also see a source. So for each widget, you'll see a source option of logs, metrics, or spans. This is essentially which type of data do you wish to visualize. Bear in mind that you can add multiple queries to one widget. So if I add query here, I can pick this one and set the logs to, set the source to logs, and then I can go down to query 2 here, and I can set the source to metrics. And I'll have two different queries, one running metrics, one running logs on the same dashboard here, on the same widget. This is really, really powerful when you have correlated measurements, but they're across logs and metrics. You don't have to have them in different graphs. You can superimpose them one on top of the other. It just gives really, really powerful insights, and we'll talk more about that when we're exploring the line chart widget in one of the next sections. We'll actually show some really nice examples for multiple queries in the same widget. Every single widget that you define will have different options for color schemes. So color schemes enable you to select a collection of colors that most accurately reflect what's going on. So for example, you can have a classic one. You can have different cold colors and hot colors for different feelings of greens, reds, and blues. The idea being is that if those colors mean something significant to your organization, you can color code each widget, and the platform will automatically generate different shades of that color for the different time series that you have available. You can also see things like series per query. So if you have a query that returns like 100 different series and you don't want to visualize all of them, you can just limit that down. You can also set a custom name for each series. So you can see I have nothing set here. It's just the word count. I can set it to whatever I like, and it will automatically change query 2 there. And finally, you can set the unit. Almost all of the widgets support this. So it's just a way of saying, okay, for example, it's actually 1.00K. I could decide that actually represents gigabytes. I could decide that it represents a different value, and it will actually change the scale on the y-axis to show what those different units mean. So we've just just a very, very brief, very simple overview of the UI. Finally, just down the bottom here, you can see I now have two queries. One of them is a log query, one of them is a metric query. So whenever you have a query or some sort of code to write about your widget, it will always be down at the bottom here. Some of the widgets you can actually edit within the widget, like the markdown widget that we'll explore later, but universally you can expect your query window to be at the bottom of the screen there, nice and out the way but easy to access. And the whole point being is that we're not hiding the dashboard as you edit it, so you can edit and get it really perfect in real time rather than constantly having to move things about and jump in and out of editors and that kind of thing. So as a quick overview, we've looked at the dashboard list, and we've looked at adding the widgets. We've shown how to actually add a widget into the UI. And finally, you can set filters. So filters enable you to actually filter the data that's appearing in the dashboard. You can set new filters if you want, and you can select them from logs, metrics, or spans, and you can highlight the different field there. Be mindful here that when you're defining the filters, the log filters will filter the log queries. The metric filters will filter the metric queries. So you can't define a metric filter and expect it to filter a metric query or a log query, for example. So they're bound by data type. So whenever you're defining these filters, just think about what data type it is that you're actually trying to filter on. But this is almost never a problem, so it's fine. And you have this nice little switch here. So the filter will be, this has to equal a certain value, or this has to not equal a certain value as well. So you can do the negative filtering as well as the positive filtering. So look, those are some of the really simple values here. You can also, all widgets support this kind of focus mode that will expand the widget, and the options here. So you can clone a widget, and for example, you can do this. Now I have two. This is really powerful if you intend to make different views of the same data. So if you have some logs and it's the same query, but you just intend to do slight tweaks for different dashboards, this is a really, really nice way of doing it. You just clone, and make tweaks rather than doing the same work over and over again. So each of the different dashboards will have different options when you click on this, so just be mindful. And of course, down here you can also right click on your specific series and see some options there as well. So that's a quick run through of the creating a new dashboard at a very, very high level, and where the different UI components are in the custom dashboard feature in the Coralogix platform.